What's good, everyone? Firstly, this is a Hernandez rebuttal because I've been called out by a man called Paul Morris because in my top 5 I have not mentioned Hernandez, and I have realised the error of my ways. It wasn't deliberate. I think what I've done is I've got on a bit of a reminiscer package and then just gone back in time rather than thinking about the current players. Hernandez still isn't in my top 5, but he's 100,000,000% needs an honourable mention. But there's a lot of the team from the first team now. But if I'm honest, because I forgot to mention Koch, who's my favourite player. I know I mentioned Phillips as a future potential favourite player, and I love Alioski. Just on a personal level, I think he's mint. Bamford, I love. I love loads of them. I think Costa's amazing. I love Harrison. I love every single player at the moment, but they're not in my top 5 yet. But I appreciate Hernandez is, a Leeds legend, and I absolutely love him. And that goal against Swansea, every time I see it, still, I'm jumping around the room celebrating. So I really don't want anybody to think that I'm not fully on board with Hernandez, because I really badly am. So yeah, cheers, Paul, for calling us out. I appreciate it. So I thought I'd give you a little rebuttal. Yeah, and give him a personal. Now he's got more than anybody else got. But yeah, quick bit of Leeds news. Dallas has apparently picked up an injury on his arm, on his elbow, his arm, shoulder. I think it's his elbow. And it looked like he were in agony, to be fair. I think they were playing Slovakia or something, and he looked in a lot of pain, but he has sort of played it down apparently from what I've read. So hopefully, if he gets rested, I think they've got 2 more games. Because they needed to win last night, didn't they? And he played on because he's a legend, isn't he? But I think if he's rested, from what I've read, he should be all right for Arsenal game. But obviously, he's still going to be a doubt. But I'll keep you updated on that as much as I can whenever some news comes in. A couple of things to mention. Bamford. There was a comment on Facebook yesterday. I'm going to comment on most people that comment stuff on Facebook, saying that Bamford's forms really surprised people. What annoys me about sweeping statements, I make sweeping statements, but they are my sweeping statements. This is my opinion. But when people put stuff like Bamford's form has surprised Leeds fans, when you see a news article like that, I'm like, it hasn't surprised me or my mates, and we're Leeds fans, so I'm not having that, because it hasn't surprised me at all. I love Bamford, and I knew he'd be awesome for us this year. I thought he was awesome for us last year. He got 16 goals last year or whatever. That's a decent return for me. And if he gets 15 goals this season, which he's on course to easily get, that'll be an outrageous season. He'll be in the top 10 goal scorers in the league, so I'll take that all day. And then lastly, Nigel Martin's mentioned that he thinks Koch's making a lot of errors and that we need to drop him. Now, you drop him, I don't know who comes in there, because then you'd have to go Cooper and Pascal Struijk at minute, because Llorente, there's absolutely no signs of him coming back from what I can see. Like, I keep looking it up every other day. Like, there's just no news on his injury, really. Hopefully something's going to come up. So I'm starting to feel as though that's maybe long term. Obviously, I hope it isn't. But yeah, I don't think that's the answer at all. I think Koch's he has made a couple of mistakes, but Martin mentioned the Dan header. I didn't think that were a mistake, to be honest. It could be stronger in a corner because he made a mistake against Van Dijk, didn't he, against Liverpool, but it is what it is. He's going to make a couple of mistakes, but I've also thought he's looked amazing. Like in the first half against Wolves, he was next level. He looked like he could really push on and be a quality footballer, and Germany seemed to back him. He got 90 minutes of a day with them. So I ain't worried about Koch at the moment. So yeah, just checking in, mainly for the Hernandez rebuttal, but yeah, just a bit of news as well. I'll keep you updated on the Dallas thing. Hopefully that ain't serious. Nice one. Lee.